Hi. Reluctantly doing this. Coming back to it. Okay, so, and I know I've said this before. As you can see my cup. It's the death and rebirth. Death and rebirth, death and rebirth, death and rebirth that we are so well known for as Scorpios. Anyway, today I am going to talk about the stingy heart. It's something I just learned, strength, in carrying the 10 of Wands. Yeah. A mermaid, a key, angel, 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 angel. Yeah. So if I did not do this, it's going to inhibit the things that are going on in my life. Because that's how spirit works through me. It's how God works through me. And that's how everything works through me. If I don't handle this and do this video, then I will, things won't keep flowing the way that they're supposed to. Abundance, love, joy, those wonderful things. Abundance, love, and joy. Which brings me to the stingy heart. The angels are influencing this man and this woman. The angels have decided that there should be a unity. There should be a unity because of maybe there needs to be a lesson to learn. There needs to be, or it could be like the soulmate situation, could be the twin flame situation if you resonate or believe in that. The one who wants to give their heart in this relationship meets a stingy heart. So what creates a stingy heart? Usually trauma. People have been so hurt that they're just like, I ain't never doing that again. So it brings me to the Proverbs that I read. Do not eat the food, and it's Proverbs 23, 6 through 8. Do not eat the food of the begrudging host. Do not crave the delicacies, for he is the kind of person who is always thinking about cost. So he is always the person that is thinking about cost. Eat and drink, he says to you, but in his heart, he's not with you. His heart is not with you. What will happen if you do eat and drink from that situation? You will vomit up the little you have eaten and will have wasted all of your compliments. So the open heart, wasting the compliments on a stingy heart. Okay, so what do we do? When you run into somebody like that, you could say they're a narcissist. That's the word of the week, right? Word of the year, I think. Narcissist, they're just a narcissist. The anatta, the heart chakra. Beautiful colors of green, open chakras. Chakras, your energy flows. How you flow out is what you give. What you give is kind of what you get. Sure, they could tell you that their heart is open, but why are they the way they are? They want to protect themselves. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I got hurt through a stingy heart, which I totally understand why they're stingy. I understand the stingy heart. I understand it so well. It's like, I am not going to let this happen to me again. I'm just not going to get hurt again. That's not the point of law. Corinthians 9:7. Each of you should give what you have decided to give in your heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. God loves a cheerful giver. So if you're giving in, so the law, which I totally stepped into it this past week. The stingy heart, the protective heart, reluctantly reluctantly opens up the love chakra, reluctantly gives that energy, and people can feel it. They can feel it. You have to open your heart expecting nothing in return. Sort of like, so in the real estate business, you have to go in there and expect that, maybe this won't come to closing. This might, but you have to work so hard for those people, give them the best that you can give, the best pictures, the best everything. And then it might not sell. They might be asking too much. They might, oh gosh, I had somebody pass away. I've had basements flood out and people that just had to like wait a year, and yeah, they came back, but I don't know if they were going to come back. But never, when I'm sitting there with that person that has a goal of where they're going to go, I do not sit there going, oh, 3%, 2%, 1%, whatever percent it is now, because that's a hot mess, right? I'm going to be making $15,000 for my 50 hours of work or getting this job done. And, you're thinking that's a stingy heart. But if you say, I got to get Tom where he needs to go, that's my goal, and I'm going to do whatever I can to do it, if it happens properly or not. Because, honestly, it is divine. The divine, God, divine has the plan. Sometimes it's not the plan. Sometimes they rent. Sometimes all sorts of stuff could happen. Expecting nothing in return. Expecting nothing in return. What kind of world are we in right now where we're like, my time is valuable? Okay. What is your value? What do you want? Time is money. The same stories are told with the stingy heart. It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. Well, this is what happened in my life, and it's you understand the stingy heart because they don't hear anything that you're saying to them. They just keep repeating the same story. They're in this loop. And the law says God loves a cheerful giver. Not someone who, God does not love, oh, well, this happened. And yes, all those things that happened are atrocious, but they happen to everyone on some level. I say this all the time in my videos, that everybody's fighting some battle. Some people just can't even get out of the bed in the morning. And it's because, they might have lost a job and they just feel defeated. Others have had all family die, children pass away, car accidents, debilitation, things that just debilitated their body, so that they can't even function without a lot of help. If you actually meet somebody like that, it seems to me the beautiful people that I meet that are completely, say from here down, completely lost all of that, walking, taking care of themselves, washing themselves, doing, normal things we take for granted every day. They had to submit. They had to, because they met it. They met the worst that you could ever imagine. And they had to learn the law that God loves a cheerful giver. So here I am trying to meet the law. I got a puppy. I love her so much. And when I ordered her, and yes, ordered, she was bred right here, a couple roads down from my house. And I watched her go through her whole growing process until we could have her. she's teaching me so much. But I also got another work opportunity at the same time that I applied for a while ago, and then I didn't understand. It came very fast, which I'm grateful, so grateful. But it had me dealing with a stingy heart. I decided to protect my heart. I got tense, and the puppy felt, I could feel it. And this just happened very recently, like maybe 6 days ago. My kids could sense it. I couldn't put my finger on it, what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'm really busy. I'm drowning here, and I'm running into stingy hearts, and it feels like I'm alone, and I'm not gonna let people do that to me. I'm gonna close my heart off. And that's exactly what I did, and everybody felt it. Everybody in my life felt it. So I had to sit down and I had to do this. Another thing that Spirit told me yesterday, of all things, a video, like a commercial in between, just mindless scrolling videos or whatever. Even the best diet and exercise will not save a stingy heart. They didn't say stingy. What they said was, even the best diet and the best exercise will not save a lonely heart. A lonely heart is a stingy heart, because if you're giving, you're going to be receiving. It doesn't feel like it at first because you're not recognizing the receiving, because you're just opening up your heart. I guess this started with me a year or so ago, when I was like, no matter what, I'm going to do as much right as I possibly can, help out as much as I can, whenever I can. And your heart will rebel. No matter what your exercise or your diet was, your heart will rebel. We all hear about that guy. Oh my gosh, he ran marathons and he never ate anything bad, and define your own bad. Right, that's the whole thing. I can't believe he died of a heart attack. Okay, well, I can, because the law. It's the law. A protective heart is a stingy heart. And a stingy heart is not a giving heart. And so those around you and your heart will rebel. It's like holding love hostage. Say if you had, well, we can all relate to this in capitalism world, right? Somebody has so much money and they don't give it to Ebenezer Scrooge. Now let's think about Ebenezer Scrooge with heart, with love, with the chakra, with the heart chakra. And how, no, this is my love. I ain't giving you anything. Yeah, I want to have joy. How can you have joy with having a stingy heart? How could, and it was an Ebenezer Scrooge. That's exactly what happened. As soon as he let it go, the energy, all those people that he hurt, thinking he was just protecting his money, and they all just came around. We can say Tiny Tim is my example of the, he had his, I forgot what he had, but I don't even know if they knew it back when they wrote that, what it was, but it was probably Parkinson's or something of that nature, and took away his lower abilities. Could you imagine if you see, or if you have kids and, they're the age 6 to 10, they're just running, climbing trees. Tiny Tim couldn't do that. He could have said, I got a stingy heart. But then nobody would have taken care of him. And they all took care of him so well. So when Ebenezer Scrooge came around and decided to lose his self-protection, everything started working out. self-protection, it backfires. It creates distance, mistrust, and emotional isolation. Why would it create those things? Well, people don't know what you're up to, first of all. Why are you telling me that same story again? You already told me what happened in your life. Why aren't you enjoying the situation? I mean, we have cake here. I'm kidding. Why just because somebody walks in a room who hurt you? I felt that drop. Well, it's simple. They're protecting their heart, and they think that's how you're supposed to do it, but it's the law. Thank you, Spirit. That's moon energy. I just said it. Because that's what they feel. They feel the moon energy. They feel intuition, illusions, dream, vagueness, instability, deception, anxiety, fear, misconception, subconscious, insecurity. Past conditioning affects present behavior. Past conditioning affects present behavior. We have, is it Eckhart Tolle? I think so. Eckhart Tolle is, where's my book? I'm forgetting the title. Y'all probably know it. He's all about, you got to be in the moment. If you're in the moment, everything's okay. And it's true. Because if you're in the moment and you're actually in it and not thinking about what hurt, what's happened, you get this sense of, wow, everything's okay. I don't care if you have cancer. I do care if you have cancer. But I'm just saying, no matter what you're dealing with, if you just concentrate on the next 60 seconds. Okay, in the next 60 seconds, I'm okay. This room is a great temperature. My kids are happy and sleeping. My puppy's got her Kong. She's not crying. I'm looking at this flame. I'm breathing, I'm relaxing. You can't let past conditioning affect present behavior. You can do what you want. That's not what I'm saying here. But this is how I had to work through this. Things are not what they seem. Now that is the energy that you're giving out. Things are not what they seem. Reason being is because everybody can feel it around you. You're not there. You're not with them. You are in protection mode. You are worried about the future and the past at the same time. That's a lot of energy. If you actually took that energy and put it forthright, in the moment, moving to the forthright, moving to what's ahead, it would be amazing. I can't believe that the moon came out. I can believe. I'm sorry. I totally believe, obviously. Sin, it's unnatural. And I felt it. So did all around me. It was sinful for me to be so stingy with my heart. It was sinful for me to be so stingy with my heart. So I have to open up my heart again after so much hurt. It was my call this week, shown to me plain as day, how I encountered a stingy heart, how I got inundated and allowed my heart to become stingy, and how I saw the most innocent of beautiful creatures feel what it's like to feel with my stingy heart. The stingy heart doesn't win. It doesn't protect. It kind of protects, but it doesn't win. It does quite the opposite. So it doesn't protect, but it can buy safety. But it repels joy. True generosity is tied to freedom, not control. True generosity is tied to freedom, not control. Soup kitchen, for example. The giving to anybody who has any need. Are they trying to control? Sometimes they pull them in and they're like, here's your sermon. I need you to be Christian, Catholic, blah, blah, blah. The stigma of that, the true soup kitchen. Nothing could be tied to control in the heart chakra. Control is made for the I know, the crown chakra. The heart's not made for it. All it's supposed to do is love. What else can we say about this spirit? Really? Patient perseverance, unexpected sources of money coming. Time heals all wounds. The Emperor in reverse. Abuse, power, rigidity, stubbornness. Abuse of power, rigidity. Sorry, I always get on it. Lack of discipline, lack of control, absentee father, parentity issues. Because if you have a stingy heart, you hurt the innocent. Seizing opportunities. 4 of Cups in reverse. Seizing opportunities, letting go of regret, end of stagnation, motivation, enthusiasm, exhaustion, lack of enjoyment. Yeah, lack of enjoyment. And then you watch your lost opportunities just go by you when you have a stingy heart. And then the world. Success, achievement, accomplishment. If you can seize opportunities and let go of regret. With love, if there is a trade, it is not a gift. The recipient can feel that. With love, with anything, with money, with working, what does that mean in your life? I told you what it meant in mine. Just the innocence, the puppy, the kids, a house. If you're in it for the wrong reasons and you're trying to sell a house, you're not. It's not going to be fruitful. It might be 20% of the time, but I'm saying to have like a closing ratio of 98%, you have got to not be in it for the end result. And, I could feel when I'm working with a buyer's agent or listing agent when they are, and it's a stingy heart, and it makes so much sense to protect that I fall for it all the time. I fall for it all the time. The 3 of Wands, man standing there with the 3 wands, travel forward, moving forward to foreign land, foresight, forward planning, moving forward, self-confidence, self-belief, freedom, success, happy with choices and outcome, hard work paying off, experiencing life. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Experiencing life, that's for sure. You'll experience life even if you have a protective, stingy heart and you stay home all the time, because it'll come find you. Hell or high water. Things coming to fruition. Hard work paying off. Harvest rewards profits with the 7 of Pentacles. It's a growing gestation card. It's saying that you have to nurture. You have to have patience. And you have to have planning. Nurturing is hard. Nurturing takes a lot of energy. The death, sun. Who we got here? St. Jude. St. Jude might mean something to somebody. It means something to me. I'm not saying it doesn't. A key, another key. A shell, a crown. I've said it multiple times of like, what I've found is that to understand, you have to let go of what they call ego. How much ego that we're thinking and feeling from, I'm going to say masculine, is stingy heart. I'm just making this word up. I'm going to make it a thing. Stingy heart. I have an elephant. I have the hand. How much ego and how many people are we classifying as narcissists that actually are just trying to protect themselves? I mean, I have seen the worst narcissists. I mean, like, just with friends or whatever, getting divorced away from people. This is not personal. This is very far in my outer circle, so it doesn't even matter that I'm saying this. 5 years divorced, still abusing her any chance he can. That might be mental illness. Okay, maybe that's the narcissist, but that's only the one. I can't think of anybody else that isn't acting out and doing these kind of things because they're just protecting themselves. But the moon, it puts out illusion. The path may not be clear, but my intuition lights the way, one step at a time. The path may not be clear, but my intuition lights the way, one step at a time. To turn this card over, to turn this to, let me see how to say this in tarot, to flip the other side, to get to the other side of this fear, misconception, subconscious, you have to releasing fear, unveiling secrets. You can't hold on to secrets if you want an open heart. Like I said, you can do whatever you want. I understand my language needs to be adjusted in order to get through to some people. But I'm doing this for myself, so I just go into self mode. So when I say you, I'm actually meaning me. You, that's me talking to me. Subsiding anxiety. Truth. What's the truth? What's the truth behind your stingy heart? Regaining composure. Self-deception. Don't stop lying to yourself. Wow. Stop lying to yourself. I had a friend that would say that all the time. Stop lying to yourself. Just stop lying to yourself. What are we lying to ourselves about? A whole lot. All of us do it. How am I going to close this out, Spirit? You did so good with that moon card. You were dead on. You were so funny. Thank you. What creates a stingy heart? 10 of Swords. That came out in the first draw with the 10 of Wands, carrying the burden of all these wands. Travel, move forward. Thank you. What puts you in a stingy heart? It's just right here. I could have made this video a short. Backstabbing, betrayal, enemies, bitching, literally says it. Bad mouthing, bitterness, doormat, failure, ruin, collapse, breakdown, exhaustion, inability to cope, curses, rock bottom, hitting a wall, dead end, severing ties, goodbyes, the nail in the coffin. Okay, so the nail in the coffin. That was the final nail in the coffin. I took my heart, I put it in a box, and imagine the nail gun, you know, the one shoots. How do you think that feels to everyone else when our energies and our hearts and our love is held hostage? The foresight, the what to do. Great. How do I get out of that if I'm in that? Which I am. I was. I started working on it about 48 hours ago. Travel, moving forward, foresight, forward planning. Again, moving forward again, moving abroad, self-confidence, self-belief, freedom, success, happy, with choices and outcome, hard work. We have to look at that shadow. We have to look at that moon energy. And we don't have to do anything that we don't want to do. Of course, if you watch this long, then you obviously are curious. God's law says God loves a giving heart. God doesn't love a heart that had the final nail in the coffin, because your life got too hard. I believe before our soul descends into us, that we had to sit down with the all-powerful himself, and he was like, hey, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7, level 10. Which one you want to do? If you do level 10, promised land. If you do level 6, this. Level 2, you know, you're going to have to redo it a couple more times. And I'm pretty sure we could see the people who took level 10. I'm all in. I'm going for it. You know, those are the people that are in the wheelchairs. And they have lost so much. I feel like at some points I feel like I signed up for a level 10. But it doesn't matter which level you signed up for. If we pay attention to these laws, I mean, haven't you had anything ever happen to you and been like, what was that for? Why the hell did that happen to me? Dig really deep and see if there is a law. You know, we all know the law of attraction. We've heard that one. That one's been to death, right? To death. See what kind of law might be in the lesson. Learn the lesson, learn it fast. Go through the death and the rebirth process. The death and the rebirth process. That is the butterfly, the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, completely liquefies. That's our liquefaction right there, is digging in the dirt, finding the places we got hurt. Thank you, Peter Gabriel. In spirit, going through Peter Gabriel. Because that is where we're going to be able to move forward with the Three of Wands. So, all right, I did this. I'm hoping that Spirit's happy with me. I hope maybe I helped someone. More than one would be great. I helped myself, and that's why I do this channel. And I really wish I put on more makeup and looked better, but I was called to do this at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't really have a choice. So, anyway, take care, guys. Thank you so much.